Thank you for joining us for another edition of Jamaica Magazine. Between the pages, improper disposal of garbage affects the quality of your health. Stay tuned to learn how. Plus, how to chart a path in the beauty industry. We have the kinks on that for you. But first, the news. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Stay with us for those features and much more.
It takes so long, man. People have places for going, you know. Tell them on urban table number.
Happy and nice. You know how much people me have to deal with before me reach here, sir? You're lucky.
But 3 bills for number 5.
Wait. We can place my bets with you? Yeah, man. You see, when you win with we, you get a little extra. So what you say?
Police, nobody move.
Illegal gambling is a criminal offense. If convicted, you could face a fine of up to $1 million or up to 18 months in prison. When gambling, choose licensed and registered gaming establishments. Stop illegal gambling now. Call Crime Stop at 311 to report illegal gambling. You don't have to give your name. A message from the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Friday, March 3. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has thrown his support behind the creation of an entertainment economy by announcing plans to review laws governing the sector. Mr. Holness says designating, building, and supporting entertainment zones across the island will not only boost the economy, but also prevent chaos and confusion.
We are going to review the entertainment laws to ensure that we provide and designate places where you can keep your entertainment, providing you observe the law. So if you want to party from sunrise to sunset, or from sunrise to sunrise, that's your business. Just don't disturb anybody else.
And while expressing support for dancehall music as a national asset, Prime Minister Holness called on the industry to uplift the people.
The music had such a powerful reach that if that music were to start to project Jamaica along the right path and influence the youngsters along in the right path, can you imagine how our economy would grow?
Mr. Holness was speaking at a recent culinary skills training program for the Olympic Way community. And at the same function, Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett says Jamaica is on track to see the second highest tourist arrival in the region by year's end.
We have arrivals that are, at the moment we are looking at number 2 position in the region in projection for this year. And we are projecting 4.2 million for 17. So when we do that, we would have eclipsed Cuba and become the second largest destination in the Caribbean area, the defined Caribbean. If you don't regard Mexico as part of the Caribbean, then it will be Domrep, Jamaica, and Cuba. That's the way forward.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness has charged the National Housing Trust, NHT, with bringing order to land and housing development on the island. Asserting that illegal settlements cannot be a means of securing land tenure, Mr. Holness urged the NHT to build out lands it owns to attract persons who live in informal settlements. The Prime Minister also called on the NHT to initiate programs to formalize some of the informal settlements with adequate infrastructure while relocating others.
The orderly settlement of land led by the government with a disposition to ensuring that every single Jamaican, no matter what their status in life is, can afford to occupy and own land through the rightful and lawful means. And the NHT has a critical role to play in this.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness was speaking at a recent groundbreaking ceremony for the build-out of 37 serviced lots at Mary's Field in St. Catherine by the NHT. Some 6,000 Jamaicans are to benefit from road rehabilitation works to be carried out between Long Pond Estate in Trelawney and Appleton Estate in St. Elizabeth.
With the improvement in the road, it will make a tremendous difference in the travel time and the general efficiency of moving the cane to the factory.
With this road, it's going to cut the journey by roughly half for the tourists coming to the Appleton tours, and also going into a compound, and it will also be able to assist in the upliftment of the community and expansion of the agricultural sector within the area there.
2 contracts worth $248 million were signed on Tuesday between the government and Stone Plus Limited to repair roads from D-Side to Shawcastle in Trelawney and Arcadia Elderslie to Jointwood in St. Elizabeth. Roadworks will be carried out in 2 phases to cover 2 financial years and are being funded by the Sugar Transformation Program's Cane Hall Roads Rehabilitation Project. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck is urging justices of the peace to refrain from making false declarations. The warning comes in the wake of a recent incident in which a St. Andrew JP was arrested and charged with 4 counts of breaches under the Forgery Act. The JP involved in the court case has been suspended until the matter is resolved. In a release, Minister Chuck says the incident should serve as a timely reminder for JPs to ensure that they do not sign documents with false or inaccurate information. He also reminded justices of the peace that they are held in high esteem and should be watchdogs of the true morals of society. And finally, the European Union-Jamaica Partnership to tackle poverty and achieve sustainable development will soon receive more visibility. This as the Jamaica Information Service and the European Union have committed to increasing their partnership to highlight EU efforts on the island. The commitment was made Thursday during a meeting with head of the EU delegation to Jamaica, Ambassador Malgorzata Wasiluska, and JIS executives. The EU, which has been working in Jamaica for over 40 years, is the largest provider of development support to the country. These funds are primarily grant resources to key areas such as education, security, agriculture and rural development, public finance management, private sector enhancement, human rights awareness, and climate change. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Stop. Think before you burn.
Yes, it's World Wildlife Day, an observance promoted by the United Nations. Today is an opportunity to celebrate the many beautiful and varied forms of wild flora and fauna, and a day to remind us of the urgent need to step up the fight against wildlife crime, which has wide-ranging economic, environmental, and social impacts. Next, how your garbage disposal affects the survival of wildlife.
We want persons to really change the way they think about garbage, change the way they dispose of their garbage, and to assume that personal responsibility when it comes to disposal of garbage.
Everybody should have an understanding what garbage does to your coast, and it's never really pretty. And it's amazing how you'll be cleaning up a beach and somebody's coming on the beach to bathe, and it doesn't hit them that you're walking past a juice bottle, or you're walking past a used syringe, or you're walking past broken glass, or even a rusty part of a car. It for some people it simply doesn't faze them that garbage is on the beach that they're bathing and swimming in, and that they could be swimming in that garbage.
One of the major things is, for instance, when persons go to the supermarket or any other establishment to make a purchase and they're offered plastic bags for their goods. What we're trying to do is to encourage persons not to use these plastic bags. If they're offered to you, refuse them and to use alternatives. The thing is, if each of us as individuals use one plastic bag per day, that's about 360 if you're going out every day, or let's say 200 for the year. With a population of a little under 3 million, you're talking about hundreds of millions of plastic bags that can possibly be generated in a year, and that could be avoided if we decide to use reusable bags. So that's one of the major things that we're pushing. So our trash-free initiative is really aimed at getting persons to be cognizant of the fact that when you use a single-use plastic bag or a single-use plastic bottle, you can possibly be contributing to this great problem of waste that we have here in Jamaica. So we're trying to get persons to avoid doing these things. So in addition to that, we also have a trash-free seas initiative, which we recently launched in collaboration with the United Nations Environment Program. Now, under this initiative, we are seeking to work with different entities such as the US Peace Corps to get different community groups to adopt more responsible waste management practices. So each of the Peace Corps volunteers with support from NEPA and UNEP will be engaging the communities, helping them to design projects that will help them to manage their waste better, and hopefully we'll be able to see results within a short period of time. So for our plastic-free initiative, the theme we're working with is we're telling persons, don't feed the plastic monster. To this end, we even have a mascot that is built totally out of plastic bags that we were able to salvage from, various receptacles and so on. All of these are used plastic bags, and with the used plastic bags, we're actually able to build a 7-foot-tall monster completely out of plastic bags. So we're trying to get persons to put a face to this growing problem, to have them understand the damage that these bags can actually cause. And the thing is, a lot of these bags, you use them once and you may never use them again, but they take hundreds of years to actually break down. So if you can avoid doing it, then definitely you should. When it comes to the single-use plastic bag initiative, there are several supermarkets and also pharmacies that have signed on and are part of the initiative. So we are getting the word out there to the private sector. Many persons within the private sector are very interested in the initiative and do want to make that change.
It does become your problem because it does pollute. Kingston Harbour, for an instance, sometimes the Port Authority has to stop vessels coming in because of the level of garbage that's coming in. Trucks, fridge, or stove are coming down. Anything in the gully goes into the harbour. And if that damages a vessel, then that's a cost to Jamaica. And I think that's what everybody needs to recognize. Every action has a reaction. So your garbage is a cost to somebody else. It's not a cost to you, but it's a cost to somebody else.
I'm young, gifted, and violence-free.
I will stand up for peace.
No matter what you say,
you can't take that away.
I'm young, gifted, and violence-free.
I choose to live.
I choose to be me.
The beauty industry is big business, especially in the hair sector, where numerous women want their tresses to be sleek and healthy. Learn more about the industry and what it takes to stand out in just about any profession.
So how can I assist you today, Carrie?
Well, I want a style that can take me from work to just about anywhere. And as usual, I want to talk to you about another viable career option. And as I'm here with my stylist, Keisha, what better career to talk about than the one she executes so well? So what do you think about that, Keisha?
That's right.
All right, welcome to Career Talk. So while Keisha does her thing, let's talk. Did you know that hairdressing dates back to thousands of years? It seems people in just about every culture have found reasons to cut, add to, color, or in some other way change the look of their hair. And there is no sign that this career is going to die out anytime soon.
According to the Ministry of Labor, hairstylist, as part of the category of personal care specialists, was among the top 10 hottest occupational areas in demand during the period April to June 2013. A similar picture is painted internationally, with the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics projecting that employment in this field will grow by 15.7% by the year 2020.
It's a fast-growing business. I don't think it will ever get slower.
The beauty industry is a thriving institution.
It's also a profession that attracts people with a passion for the vocation.
I like creating different styles. I enjoy doing that a lot, and I'm good at it. So I think it's a good choice.
Keisha, what made this career so appealing to you?
I love making people look pretty. I used to comb kids here at school. And when I go home, I have a sister that is a hairdresser and I used to assist her. So I just eventually branch off in it.
Also known as a cosmetologist, beautician, or hairstylist, a hairdresser is someone who styles people's hair professionally. The job involves shampooing, cutting, coloring, chemically treating, weave making, and otherwise styling people's hair. Depending on the scope and size of the salon in which you work or operate, other tasks may include performing reception duties, compiling client records, and cleaning the salon, work areas, and equipment. Whatever the task, it's critical that the hairdresser consults with the client to best meet that person's expectations.
They only focus on the treatment of the hair as well, because they want to inform the client what is happening underneath, whether or not the scalp is okay. So they also consult and give direction as to what is best for the client.
Keisha, what are you doing now?
I'm doing a soft twist because they told me that your hair is thin and you don't want it to look stringy, so I give the soft twist so it has volume.
I like it.
Thanks.
All right. All right, so tell me, what are some of the hygiene or safety measures that stylists must take when dressing people's hair?
Your hands must be clean. You must always, your underarm must always be covered, and your utensils that you use must always be sanitized.
Do you have to attend beauty school before actually working in this industry?
Yes. It is best to be trained, so you know knowledgeable about the field, as well as you can talk to somebody on the theory aspect of it, because it's not knowing just how to do a hairstyle, but you also need how to maintain the hairstyle, and best practices such as health and safety. What is good for the hair? What is not good? What is the hair saying?
You'll also need a license to practice in Jamaica and most other countries.
And you have to go and do a test with the license and carry your certificate when you're going to get the license.
How do you attract and maintain clients? It's not easy.
Good personality.
True.
And when you do your hair, a style, you do it to the best of your ability, and that when somebody go out, they can see it and ask where you get your hair done. The industry right now, quote unquote, is kind of a competition, and the best persons win, because it's like music industry. If you do not keep abreast of what is happening, if you don't apply new techniques or better ways of doing the thing, make it more competitive, then you're gonna drop out the game.
Keisha, you know one thing I didn't ask you about earlier? Money. And you can tell me what this hairstyle is going to cost a little later here. Okay. But is there good money to be earned in this industry?
Yes, it is. Once you have a good clientele, you can make money.
have to have a plan. You have to have a business plan. You can't just think that, okay, I'm going to make some money, but you're not practicing best practices in terms of making sure that all your bills and receipts are kept and that you're keeping money management.
Consider also taking your craft outside the salon to increase clientele.
Yeah, the host calls continuously, and I have clients that come to my home.
You could also find opportunities in a number of other places, such as hotels, hospitals and care homes, and cruise ships. Plus, cosmetologists working in the theater, film, and television industries generally earn top salaries. Whatever path you choose, remember that this is a job that generally has no set work hours, and it often calls for being on your feet for long periods at a time. But those who do this job say it's worth it.
Skill is power, and one of my tagline is be your own boss.
As you can see, we're almost done here, but Career Talk continues with some tips to help you get ahead professionally.
Did you know that the Ministry of Labour and Social Security operates an online system to provide important labour information and help job seekers? Our career tip this week: take a virtual tour of the National Labour Market Information System, the LMIS. It's a job matching facility with a wide range of services offered via the website or at any ministry office island-wide. The services are available at no cost to the public. The LMIS has 3 components. The Electronic Labour Exchange ELE matches job seekers with employers. There is also a skills bank, which is a database of Jamaicans with certified skills. And the third component is the Labour Market Intelligence, a combination of current and historical data on the local economy, population, and labour market. It also includes information on training opportunities for the youth, sources of funding for education, the most frequently advertised jobs, and summaries of labour market research conducted by the ministry. The LMIS has assisted hundreds of persons to gain employment. Log on and see what it has to offer.
Keisha, I really like it. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for tuning in yet again. Our career discussion ends here, but we're back next month with more from the industry of beauty. I'm off to enjoy my new hairstyle. See you then.
Let's celebrate Jamaica to the world. Fastest man in the world. First Jamaican woman to win gold in Olympic 100-meter sprint. An upcoming global superstar. Mouth-watering meals. And a vibrant set of people. We are Jamaicans. Let's get together and bring back the love.
Many persons feel as if they don't have enough time, but if we look at how we spend our time, we see that a good amount of it is used doing things that are not productive. So how can we make the most of the time we have? A to-do list is a great place to start. Each day, make a list of things that you need to do and cross them off as soon as they are done. This way, you can devote less time thinking about things that you need to do and more time doing them. Don't procrastinate. Once you've decided to work on a particular task, start. Procrastination is one of the biggest robbers of our time. Then, limit or cut off distractions. Checking emails, visiting social networks, or watching videos online eats away at time that can be used to complete tasks. If you follow these simple steps, you can become more productive and have more time to play your part in making Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business.
For
Jamaica Day is not just a day where we reflect on where Jamaica has been and just the culture of Jamaica, you know, where Jamaica is coming from, but it's also one of those days where we just applaud all those who contributed to make Jamaica what it is today. So it's a day of reflection, it's a day of recognition, and it's also a day of gratitude. That is what Jamaica Day means to me.
We appreciate the fact that now that we are engaging the young minds, that we need to be careful of enslaving them. We have to be careful to make sure that they explore, they know what is here in Jamaica.
To educate the youngsters really about our different cultures, our national hero, our flag, what the color means.
It is a celebration of all our achievements, our culture, the mixing of the races.
We are celebrating our achievements, our national heroes, of course, our clothes and our food. And the people, of course, how can we forget the people? The people are the best asset we have.
Jamaica Day brings to me the food, the culture, and the reggae music.
Learning about our heritage, our history, our culture, food, and people.
This is where we close the pages for today's show. Remember, the information continues to flow on our social pages. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You may also download our app from the Google Play Store, or for more features, click on our webpage, jis.gov.jm, or visit our YouTube channel. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Have a great weekend.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.